Sunday, and the conditions are perfect. Totally don't want to jinx it yet, but we've had, knock on wood, yeah, that says.
We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dreams, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going.
I've been watching the weather for the last week and seeing if this weather in the area over here holds true to what it says it was going to be doing. And it looks like it is going to be, and I'm really excited for that because we're going to try to keep in front of the heavier weather to the west. This is where we are right now. And each one of these points is a day. So it's Sunday, we're looking to be here Monday, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and then Thursday morning. That's if we averaged 5.5 knots. If we average higher than 6, we should be here by Thursday morning. We should be at our destination. I've been really excited. One reason, because the waves further east of us, because there's been no wind, they're going to be really calm seas. So as long as we can keep in front of the higher winds to the west, we should have a really good sail in lower winds. Here's what the weather's looking like till tomorrow morning, which will be at this mark. So we're just trying to keep in front of it every day. Gonna go to Wednesday morning. Now we're here. See how we're just staying in front of the heavier winds over here, which we don't want to be in. You know, the gusts are gonna be a lot higher gusts. If we look at the waves, you're in 2+ meters if we were to wait for this, or if we were gonna caught in that. But since we're trying to be in front of it all, we should be in 1.5 meter, 1.2, and really nice wave conditions. So when you're in smaller waves, you can go faster in lesser winds. This looks like it's shaping up to be what we want, and looking forward to the next few days of sailing. Even trying to cheat here, we're trying to sail so tight to the wind. This is our main sheet track right here. It's furthest I can go by pulling the ropes is like, it's over here somewhere. So as you can see, I pulled it as far as I can this way, and then just tied it off, just so we can hold a little tighter to the wind. Trying to make anything work here. Same with the head sail, like look how tight this is. I would need carbon sails or something to sail any tighter than this.
This isn't even technically a normal sailable angle with the apparent wind that we have of 14 degrees. But the wind is only 5.4 knots, we're moving 3 knots, and it is so calm. All you hear is the water trickling past the hulls, and hopefully this current doesn't pick up, that it pushes us off our course.
We did drift a little bit overnight, more north than we would have liked. So we did have to turn on the motors for a little bit really early this morning to reposition ourselves. And now we're in a better position. Hopefully it stays that way with our current heading. Other than that, it's very comfortable in terms of sailing right now. The time change, we're definitely noticing that. I think we're probably close enough to the Azores that we've shifted over to their time zone, which is 4 hours ahead of Atlantic Standard Time. But we haven't shifted our sleep schedules to account for the time change or anything like that. We figured that our bodies have adjusted to the schedules we've established, and we're only a couple of days out, so there's really no point. But I know that Travis is finding it a little bit more difficult to sleep in the morning just because the sun is beaming in and it's really bright come like, I don't know, 3 in the morning.
Never mind. What's the latest?
We're just too ahead of the wind. And like, I don't even want to sail right now because we're just going to sail straight north. Like, we're sailing almost north right now. So it's like, do we just drop sail and bob around for a day? We're aiming way off. I like how you put the champagne in the fridge. Like we're going to be there tomorrow. At these speeds, we'll be there in a week.
It's like optimistic thinking.
Silly girl.
Okay. Hopefully this makes you feel better since you're all upset about being off our mark.
Oh, you know how to make me feel better. Yeah, I am bummed about how crappy the winds are right now.
It just switched so quickly because we were doing okay for like a hot second.
Yeah, after I eat, I'm going to aim us southeast. There's a 1.5 knot current, literally, pulling us north. We'd probably be better on our mark, but the current's just throwing us way off. So I bet you if I just go straight southeast, at this speed, we'll actually end up doing, like, aiming for south, but we'll probably be heading straight east. And I don't want to be that far off trying to get back to it when the winds on Friday are like, yeah, 20-something. Delicious.
It's cheering you up. Cute. Cute bear. So now we're pointed in the right direction. We literally keep changing every 2 seconds.
We're not 100 miles off of Horta. We're now probably like 20 miles off our point. And that's because the winds picked up a little bit, which then gave us 4 knots. Yeah, you need to do 4.5, 5 knots to beat the current. Because otherwise the current just, it pushes you in the wrong direction. But if we can go faster than 4.5, then we can actually get to our mark. So I'm happy if we can do this right now.
Travis's emotions are going to be on a roller coaster today.
Yeah, my emotions are all over the place as we get, you know, we're only a couple 100 miles off.
It's pretty crazy because now we can actually see Horta on our MFD without being completely zoomed out. It's in the same screen. We are less than 300 nautical miles away.
It's crazy how long we've been on this boat, especially when our longest passage was 4 hours.
I know, right? Just, you know, baby steps we took.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it. It flew by. It's like we're in our own little world. I think I'll miss it. But then we'll be too busy exploring the Azores. And then we'll have a chance to do it all over again when we do the next passage to wherever we go. Is it the UK? Is it Ireland? We don't know. We never know. But yeah, I think I'll miss it. I like it. Our world, our country, doesn't matter what time it is. Gypsy land.
It's been, I don't know, it's been such a cool, like, experience. I don't know, the amount of, like, things you see, experience emotionally, just everything. It's really neat. Very humbling.
Doesn't matter, weak or strong. Take your time and do your trip.
Ooh, that looks pretty nice.
Travis's sleep times always coincide with the sunsets and the sunrises, but rule was I wake him up for the nice ones.
Yeah, even when I have sleep, I want to see a good sunset.
I haven't seen it fluorescent pink like this.
Better in real life, obviously. $150 miles out, or yeah, about that 150 miles. And we are not getting to Azores easily. The last couple days have been no wind, swelly, but today it's like 11 knots of wind and the waves are like an ugly freaking crossbred stepchild. Nasty. They got no backs to them, they're just short, steep, and the boat just like falls off the backside of it. Like 11 knots of wind, which is not much. And I've got like second reef in the main and we're reefed in the head sail, still doing 7 knots. Tried to slow us down a bit more, but that's how fast she wants to go, I guess. Yesterday was a totally different game. Yesterday we were moving at like 6 knots, 5.5, 6 knots in like 7, 8 knots of wind, and there was no waves. Like our boat was just moving it so peacefully. And I was hoping that would have continued, but today we're just getting our asses kicked. And the boat, which I don't like. Look at these bastards of waves. And yeah, it just sucks out here. But I did.
Little sailor's mouth. First it's an inbred stepchild, whatever the heck that is, and then it's a bastard.
Yeah.
The inbred stepchild doesn't make sense, does it?
The ugly little inbred stepchild?
Doesn't even make sense, and then it's a bastard.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't make sense at all.
He really doesn't like the waves.
The boat doesn't like it. I wish the camera could do waves justice. Never can. I would love to just bear off the wind a little bit and, you know, make the waves more comfortable. But because we're so close to Horta, we have to hold this heading. Otherwise, in the next couple days when the winds really pipe up, it's going to be twice as nasty for us to get to where we need to go. So we kind of have to beat into it. We don't have any options. We've had a pretty amazing crossing so far. We've had uncomfortable days before, but it's just been uncomfortable for us, like with the rolly and pitchy and no winds. But today it's uncomfortable for the boat. Like the boat doesn't enjoy this. Gypsy's taking a beating with the ugly stepchild stick.
That doesn't even make sense. I'm saying that.
But I did just see some whales in front of us, so let's see how close we can get to those guys. That's why you want AIS. This guy's passing pretty close. Doesn't seem that close, but you know, at wee hours in the morning, you don't know if someone's sleeping or not, so that's pretty close. That's what it's all about right there.
It is the morning of day 20, and the last 24 hours haven't been comfortable at all. The Atlantic wasn't going to make it too easy for us, but we did make some really good ground amongst all the waves. Now we should be arriving sometime during the day, hopefully before sunset, Azores time, and that'll be perfect.
Hey Steph! Land ho!
Land! Woohoo! After what it's been, we're into the beginning of the 20th day, so it technically took us 19 full days and a couple of hours. We'll know once we actually anchor down. But land! Land! Land!
Crazy, eh? New lands that aren't tropical.
Seriously, like forever, we've just been staring out in front and it'd just be water and we just keep going, going, going. And now, excited.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool.
Is it crazy that the thing that we're most excited to do as soon as we anchor is not to celebrate with champagne, which we will because we do have celebratory champagne, but we are excited to clean the boat. Like, put our bed back together because right now it's our couch, and then give the boat a vacuum, a wipe down. It'll just be nice to put it all back together nice and orderly.
And I'm gonna pressure wash the whole other side of the boat to get all this salt and hair and grime. Like, you can't even walk outside the boat without it feeling like gross, so that'll be nice to be able to walk outside and have it clean. I know we're gonna be moving again in a week or so, just to cross somewhere else, and we'll probably get salty again, but just not that level of, this is like a dirty. I think we've done pretty good for most of the trip. The boat stayed fairly clean, but there's just like that certain wipe down dirt we just didn't really do. So it's like clean. It's clean, but it's not
Up to snuff.
up to snuff clean.
2 nautical miles away, and the colors are coming in on the island now. I can actually see textures, some green, pathways on the hills, and even buildings. Meanwhile, Travis has a nice little movie going on.
What?
So you're just watching a movie? You're waiting for land to be right there, bam, in your face when you come out next?
Pretty much. Who makes spaghetti in this?
Stephanie does! The clock officially changed on my phone so I can have spaghetti for breakfast.
Oh, because it's lunch now?
Yeah. I've been craving it since yesterday, and yesterday was too rough. And I need to have it. Because then I know when we anchor, we're going to be all busy, we're going to be doing stuff, and I just really want spaghetti. For the love of pasta. And shabam. We're done. Being modest for the camera, I'll probably finish all of that before we anchor down. Got things ready?
Yeah. Got our flag. Gotta put that out.
The big flag.
Big flag. It's a real Christopher Columbus moment right now.
We sailed and we sailed and we sailed for days and days.
Days and days on end.
And
Finally,
now we see land.
discover the new lands, the new hopes, the new dreams. It's not the Caribbean anymore, folks.
Your boat shoes are. They're house slippers.
My boat shoes. Oh.
7 nautical miles out. Bed's put away.
Starting to clean. Put it back to the boat.
Told you this is why I love you, right?
Gotta put the chain connected to the anchor again, and then we're good to anchor.
We've got 2 other boats ahead of us. It's always a race. The unofficial, official race.
Unofficial, official race.
The race, these 2 boats and us. There's the finish line. Dun, 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 dun. So crazy. My first thought was, do those greens look greener? Or have we just been staring at different colors, different shades of blue for the last 3.5 weeks? What do you think?
I got internet.
Oh yeah. So I'll see you later.
I've seen this for the past 3 hours. I'm on to new things.
Oh yeah.
I'm on to connectivity for just a moment before we anchor.
Back to the social. Made it.
Alive.
Alive.
Well, I mean,
Well,
close enough.
Close enough. We could swim.
Thingyable.
Yeah. Although we still have another, 10-day passage after we spend some time here, but
Stretch our legs, see if it still works on the land. And
yeah, I'm like so curious to see if these things are gonna be like little noodles. We're gonna fall over. Horta's just right behind this corner. What a cool feeling. So for the first time in almost 20 days, the autopilot is off. I would definitely say that was the MVP of the trip. Like, it's always one thing I worried about most. It's like, man, if that autopilot goes, like, you're pretty much up shit creek. So, good old autopilot, killed it. And
Hey.
obviously the boat.
your bolt worked too.
Yeah, my boat worked perfectly, so I'm happy. But it's crazy, we're anchored.
40 feet.
40 feet of water. Woohoo!
Magic eraser.
Boats looking back together.
Yep. Just gotta put away some of our cleaning things. And then we can have champagne.
Won't check in today. It's already too late, so we'll just enjoy the sunset, celebratory champagne, and yeah, just enjoy not moving.
In relation to moving on the ocean, 'cause we're always in constant
Yeah, we're always in constant motion, but in not forward momentum. Just enjoy it. Pretty cool scenery we got around here. Celebratory champagne.
Courtesy of my mom.
Here's Steph's mom. We just cleaned, so we're not popping it.
Come on. You're supposed to. Oh.
Cheers, we made it.
No, we have to do the arm thing.
We didn't kill each other.
We did not. We're actually exceptionally nice to each other.
Yeah.
Exceptionally.
This
It
shirt
really
actually
soft,
fits
this one, actually.
really nice. What was
Travis
this
is
one?
picky.
Oh, this is the premium long tee. So if you guys are interested, this is it's super comfortable and actually like with my super pickiness of how fabrics feel, it's actually a really good fabric.
It's a little bit last.
It feels nice and smooth. Well, say goodbye to shorts and no shirts and bikinis.
We'll rest and then explore.
Rest and explore.
Thank you so much for joining us each step of the way. This was truly an epic crossing so far. But it's not over just yet. We'll be exploring the beautiful Azores before crossing the remainder of the North Atlantic over to the other side. Wherever we end up, so stay tuned.